Today on the show, we pay tribute to the genius of Steven Spielberg. Rob reviews Tarzan. We play a game of Heads Up, and we've got a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive debut right here on the show. This is Nerdy Pop.
I drew this.
Welcome to Nerdy Pop Episode 5. We're back.
Episode 5.
Episode 5, right?
Yeah, we made it.
We did. We're still
5
going.
episodes in. How was your 4th of July?
It was fantastic.
Okay.
I got a little bit carried away with the dressing up this year.
Okay, I saw that. You look like Captain America meets Uncle Sam.
Check it out on my Instagram, at Matthew Barnes. I did a little. I went a little.
You do it up. No, you do it way more. I do hoodies, shorts. You dress up.
Our family's gotten into this thing, and it's like we're all sort of outdoing each other every year. But
in comic books, Uncle Sam was a DC patriotic character. He punches people, and he is the Captain America. Uncle Sam. Yes, Matt.
Did not know that.
Do not test my knowledge on this. He was the leader of the Freedom Fighters when I was a kid. So when I saw your picture, I'm like, wow, Matt's doing the Captain America Uncle Sam mashup.
Yeah, we went crazy this year.
Yes, I ate too much and let off fireworks, but not like the fireworks that we're going to have today on the show.
That's right. Nice transition.
Yeah, I'm cheesy. I'm there.
Well, let's get into it with the nerdy news.
My nerdy news is, so I grew up being a Tarzan guy. And I think everything, like, the Lone Ranger was big to my dad, and each era has an icon, and except nowadays we don't let anything die. But in this case, they won't let Tarzan die, so they made this new movie. Yeah. And I got to be honest, the marketing didn't really reach me for the longest time.
Right.
But the guy who directed it, David Yates, did some killer Harry Potters.
Yes.
And I follow directors. I trust in quality directors, and my family, specifically my wife and my daughter, had expressed interest. So I'm like, oh, okay, Alexander Skarsgård's 8-pack, yeah, like that wasn't appealing to both of them. So I knew, like, okay, and I know Margot Robbie's in it, but she's fully in a gown. But so it was all about Tarzan to me.
Yes.
And actually I can segue this just now. Here's the deal. I feel like a sales pitchman, but I don't get anything out of this. I'm not like, and from Random House, we have this deal. Okay, Tarzan, this artwork sucks. The cartoon is so much better. In 1975, 76, 77, Tarzan was on every Saturday morning. And Filmation was one of the top animated companies that made stuff. And these stand up. A lot of the stuff that I order, because, of course, Warner Brothers, which did Tarzan, timed this to come out with the movie. Of course. And I saw it on social media. Somebody said, hey, this is out there. Amazon, boom, 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 delivered 24 hours later.
Nice.
And my family didn't come into the same. They're like, oh God, he's watching those cartoons again. But these cartoons are awesome. Tarzan is fantastic. So the movie, we go see it, and I had read every bad review possible. Yeah. Because I kind of had gotten the inkling that people weren't digging it. So we went and saw it, and I'm telling you, Matt, it is a fantastic film. Like great family film, great fun. It moves. It's 2 hours. Yeah. One of the things, a couple years ago, Lone Ranger did come out. Yep. That movie's long. I loved it, but I could go, oh man, it needs to be chopped down. Yeah. Tarzan, and I'm telling you, there are about 3 or 4 action sequences that I was ridiculously entertained at. Yeah. There's one scene on a train where he takes out like 50 soldiers that is reminding me of Winter Soldier when Cap is in the elevator. Yeah. Oh yeah. And in the elevator, that every time I watch Winter Soldier, I'm like, that's not an elevator. They made that. That's like a room. Wow, those elevators.
The biggest elevator ever.
Here, all 20 of you guys, come on in the elevator. Oh, I mean 30, because he's. But no, I'm telling you right now, I could not recommend Tarzan more. And here's the deal. So we watched the numbers here on Nerdy Pop, and people were saying this movie is going to barely do 25, 30 million, and it ended up doing, I think, $45 million. Yeah. And so, word of mouth is out there. Yeah. People are saying, hey, I've seen it too, and the reports are like, people are spreading the good word, and I guess it got a cinema score of A-, which means that people are liking it. Yeah. So it's cool. It's cool to buck the trend of the summer. Which we've seen a lot of nosedives.
Well, it's not, I mean, you usually see a little bit of a difference between what the critics are saying and what the audience is saying, but that's a huge divide.
It is huge.
Because it was like Rotten Tomatoes was like in the 40s, which I know you hate.
Is that what it is? I do.
I mean, it was so low. Okay. But then audience score is an A-.
Yeah.
So it's like people are clearly not gelling with the
It's a great ride. It's a great ride. And unlike some movies that I've seen recently,
Yeah.
the money's on the screen. It's lavish.
Yeah.
It is. It looks expensive.
Yeah.
And I read some CGI about like, oh, the monkeys aren't great. I'm like, that monkey scared me, man. Not gorilla. That gorilla scared me. But it's one of those movies that they're not putting all the good stuff on the commercial. You know,
Yeah.
you've grown up going, everything good was on the commercial.
Yeah.
Why did I even go see? That's my recommendation. And at the same time, if you can seek this out, I mean, this is like 30 episodes on this. And I was telling like my buddies, like Tarzan, Edgar Rice Burroughs' Tarzan had a lot more supernatural elements.
Okay.
He would walk into a cave and come out on the other end of the cave, and he'd be in a Roman, you know, in the Roman century. And you're like, wait, and he'd be like, how did I get here? Well, except he didn't. He was just like, I'm here, I'll deal with it. And in this, I mean, he's got Knights of the Realm,
Right.
a woman in a balloon crashes. It's a little like Land of the Lost.
Okay.
Remember Land of the
Yeah,
Lost when
yeah,
we were
oh,
kids?
totally. Loved
Like
it.
they'd be like Adventure of the Week, and like, okay, one's a caveman, and then, hey, a guy in a plane crashed.
Yeah.
Take us home, take us home. He didn't take us home. So that's it. Tarzan, go.
Good. We tried to go on Sunday.
Okay.
It was second row
I'm
only,
telling you.
so
Yeah, don't do
we
that.
didn't get to go.
See it in a good seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got to go check it out. Okay. My contribution to the nerdy news this week is something I get to
Okay.
rub in your face a little
Awesome.
bit.
Oh,
because
boy.
we put up our poll for most badass women, and
Yeah.
it was Ripley versus Cersei Lannister.
What's the numbers?
And
I didn't look.
71% voted
Oh
Ripley.
my gosh.
71%. So
Well, Matt, congratulations.
now here's the thing. I think it's because Stacey pointed this out to me because not knowledgeable of the Game of Thrones.
Sure,
I don't know
sure,
which team
sure.
to vote for or root
Hey,
for, or what jersey to wear.
you won.
Right, but I think because Cersei Lannister is not, she doesn't go punch people herself.
That's right.
She sends
a
people to do her
manipulator.
evil bidding.
She's like the emperor.
Exactly. So maybe it was the fist fight element. I'm thinking Ripley could probably take her in the fist fight, but
No,
that was
come
good.
on.
We also put out another poll this week to see which movies you were most interested in seeing this summer or this July, and Jason Bourne was number 1, 32%.
I'm
very
so
excited about
so
that.
excited.
Followed by Star Trek, 27%
Okay.
voted Star Trek. Tarzan was 23%,
Okay.
and Ghostbusters 18%.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So-
some. I honestly didn't expect in that order. So I'm really glad about
Yeah.
Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
Because again, we're seeing these sequels, and again, the narrative that's being formed out there is, oh, there's too many. You know, people don't want sequels, and I go, no, they just don't want bad sequels.
Exactly.
These are characters we like.
Exactly.
If you take us on a good ride, we will enjoy it. If you
Yeah.
take us on a mediocre ride, Independence Day resurgence, we want to get off that ride. You know.
Yeah. And by the way, thank you to our people who participated in those polls on Twitter. We love our followers.
Yes,
You guys are.
Cersei is coming for all of you. That's not going to sit well. 71%?
71%.
Oh my
We
gosh.
got some Ripley fans out there. Some
No,
Alien fans.
Aliens is a classic.
Yeah.
You know,
So.
I'm learning. Don't bet against the classics.
Don't bet against the classics. All right, and we got one more bit of nerdy news today. Something to debut here.
Oh, okay. You know, duh, Deadpool. So we talk about Comic-Con all the time.
Yes.
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con's coming.
And Matt, it's coming, and you're going to be amazed because as we remind people every week, you have never gone,
No.
and you're going.
I'm going.
And here's the deal. Gentle Giant is one of the giant, is a titan of the industry. No, Gentle Giant has a great big booth there.
Okay.
And they are a leader in statues and toys. And last year, they did these, we'll get a close-up of these for you guys soon enough. They did these Deadpool bobbleheads, mini bobbleheads, and they were in Walgreens. It was the biggest penetration of the market I've ever seen them get to the mass market, and they debuted them at San Diego. But then over Christmas, literally, I was driving to different Walgreens and fighting kids for the Deadpools because there was it says Walgreens exclusive. Well, this year they mailed these to me. We are debuting these on the
Right
show.
here.
They are going to be available now. There are going to be 4 Deadpools. They have the X-Force Deadpool. They have glow-in-the-dark Deadpool, Weapon X Deadpool, and Weapon X Days of Future Past Deadpool. But I love how they've, in the
So
packaging,
cool.
these will be available on the show floor, available only at Gentle Giant.
Okay.
I'm not sure the price point. It'll be reasonable. I'm thinking 20-some bucks. But so we got the mystery figure, right?
Oh, right.
Okay, so we're going to open, you know what? I'm not going to open this one. You're going to open yours
Oh, cool.
and get a mystery figure.
Okay.
If we can,
figure out how to open the package.
you know, I'm going to get more of these, so just, yeah.
Here we go. Let's see what we get here. And do you are they all the same or is it different? Is it?
Well,
do you know?
I'm pretty sure it's a different one in each one. But,
Okay.
But,
so
you know,
I love that they're mini. I've never seen mini bobbleheads.
and they're
That's
great.
very-
And look, you know, people love little stuff. They love stuff that you can. They love stuff that you can put in your
So
pockets
true.
and travel with.
How do you,
And then in your back of the car.
is there one of those? Oh, there's the chair.
And I'm not talking about my kids. I'm talking about me.
Yeah.
I'm in the car.
I got
dude!
the yellow one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's so cool.
Because honestly, if it had been one of these two guys, I'd have been pissed. So this is cool.
This is the one you want, right here.
Again, this is Gentle Giant micro baubles.
Yeah.
And collect them all. And no, I'm not getting paid to pimp this either. But come on, it's Deadpool stuff. I'm going to tell you about this.
Yes.
So Deadpool, Marvel, Secret Wars assortment. These are going to be exclusives in San Diego. And you saw them here first. You absolutely, they have not broken this news. You saw this here first. I'm so glad. I love that you got the yellow guy.
Awesome. I'm excited about that.
And
for
so
sure.
You'll be in San Diego with me.
I will.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I'll take you to the Gentle Giant booth and we'll buy some.
Yes, I'm very excited. Very excited. Well, today on the show, we are dedicating some time to the man, the myth, the legend, Steven Spielberg.
Oh, I love Steven Spielberg.
Yes, because this is a guy, obviously, who has, I think, for most of us, somehow shaped our lives.
100%.
Affected our lives, and so we thought we'd spend some time talking about Steven Spielberg.
And I'm just curious if our audience has had Steven Spielberg entertain them at any time. Can you express
Steven
this? Okay.
All right, yeah.
Steven will call me and say, but they didn't clap for me, and so I hide it. I'm sorry, Steven.
Steven calls you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He almost bought my company.
Oh, wow.
True story. We'll talk.
Really?
We'll talk later. Yes.
All right. Well, we thought we'd get started though with a little game because we played a game last week. It was kind of fun, which I won at online. But this is a game called Heads Up.
Now, Matt.
Yeah.
Told me about Heads Up right before we went.
Yes, Rob's never played Heads Up.
So I've never played this. Forgive me if I butcher this horribly.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen.
Am I going?
You're going to go first.
Okay.
We've got somebody on a timer, I believe. We're going to do, is it 20 seconds?
And we should just, to all you people who don't know, Steven Spielberg is the greatest director in the history of cinema. So we're just going to, put that right there. Jaws, Close Encounters, Jurassic Park, Where Do We Stop, Minority Report,
much.
Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. So that's who we're doing this about.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, definitely. So, okay, so here's what's going to happen. Belinda will yell, who's got the timer over here, our production assistant, Belinda. She will yell, go. And then you will hold it up, and I will give you clues, and you have to guess what that is. Okay. You have 20 seconds. If you hear the bell, then you've gone too far.
I didn't do it. All right, Matt, I'm ready.
And then it'll be my turn, and we've got three each. Okay, so, ready?
I'm ready.
Go. Okay. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Jaws.
Okay, but
the shark.
It's the boat.
It's the boat.
Do you remember the
I don't know the boat.
The name of the boat?
I don't know the Amityville.
No, that's the town.
The Roy Scheider. It's the boat. It's the Dreyfus.
The boat, right? That's
the Dreyfus.
Wales. Oh, Wales. Wales is a clue.
The orca.
That's it.
Are you kidding me? Okay,
all right.
Do I still go? Do I go?
No, I go. Now I go. Are we ready?
Okay, go.
Okay, go.
She met an alien and she loved him.
Oh, Drew Barrymore.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Yes.
I'm so much better at this. Okay, so all right. Here we go.
Okay. She's small. She was played by Julia Roberts. And
Tinkerbell.
Yes.
I hated that movie. Okay.
I was gonna say, and you hated this movie.
No, we'll talk about that.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, go. The whole movie is named after him. Tom Hanks needs to find him.
Tom Hanks. Saving Private Ryan.
Wait. You got it. It's Private Ryan. Good. Okay.
It's the name. It's the name.
Did I turn? Do I have a new card?
Okay, there you go.
Do I have a new card?
Oh yeah.
New card?
Okay, so this is the scary Indiana Jones movie. It
Temple of Doom.
Created PG-13. Okay,
Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom.
The main bad guy in it.
Thulsa Doom. I don't know. The priest, the evil priest.
This is a hard one, yeah. The evil priest.
Oh, come on. Ramadar.
So close. We're going to give him that? No? Are we out of time? Mola Ram. I didn't make these up.
Is that it for me?
I think that's it for you.
Okay,
All
but
right,
you have one more,
last
right?
one. Here we go.
They want to make a sequel to this, and all the out of work actors want to make this movie again. And
Goonies.
But there's a guy in the movie that you just mentioned, and he was kind of a creature.
Okay.
And,
Sloth?
No. I'm giving you a clue. Sorry. One-Eyed Willie.
One-Eyed Willie. One-Eyed Willie.
All right, that was cool.
That was fun. All right.
Look at that.
That's a fun way to get.
Okay, Matt.
Fun way to get into our.
No, that's great. Here's the deal. I think what we were talking earlier today.
Yes.
The thing about Steven Spielberg is, so this weekend, Movie came out, the BFG.
BFG.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go easy on it. I did not see the BFG,
Yep.
so we're not going to talk about the BFG.
Yeah.
I won't be probably seeing the BFG until it's on DVD or Blu-ray. It's just, I didn't feel like it spoke to me.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. As an artist, myself, I make art and have made art for almost 30 years.
Yep.
And art is subjective. And sometimes people love your art, and sometimes people trash your art.
Yes.
And as somebody who's been the greatest artist ever and the worst artist ever, simultaneously, I've been this guy, according to who you bump into,
Right.
I get, if you pick on another artist, it will raise my ire.
Yeah.
I will like, and even one of the guys from Birth Movies Death today said, wow, like, the trades are going really hard on the BFG and Spielberg, and I'm reading this stuff, and the power that I have is I don't retweet those articles. I don't share those in the world, so those get less sharing. But it's like, are we really going to call out the greatest director of all time because he chose to make a children's film that maybe didn't connect with this audience? And that'd be great to dissect that. We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But I thought we should share all the great Spielberg movies that we enjoy, and I'm telling you, he's been making them so long. I mean, there's movies I need to share with my family.
Well, and here's the thing. So I went on to, I mean, at first thought, I thought, oh yeah, of course, Steven Spielberg. But I mean, just a few: Jaws, Close Encounters, E.T., Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, Saving Private Ryan, Hook, Empire of the Sun, Minority Report, Catch Me If You Can, War of the Worlds, AI, Schindler's List, The Terminal, Lincoln, and then. That's just the ones he's direct. That's just a few of the ones he's directed.
Exactly.
And then he produced some of the stuff that, like Poltergeist, Goonies, Back to the Future, Gremlins, American Tail, Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
The
Twister.
Midas Touch. He had the Midas Touch.
He's just everywhere, and even TV stuff, Amazing Stories, Tiny Toon Adventures, Animaniacs. I love Pinky and the Brain.
Yep.
I mean, all these things. This is a guy who has touched every aspect of our pop culture and just made it explode in just incredible ways.
There's no, like, honestly, there's great directors that we've experienced in our lifetime. James Cameron is another one. I mean, there's guys like David Fincher. I mean, there's directors out there who have done amazing work and they have a stylistic touch. You go, that's a James Cameron movie. Yeah. That's a David Fincher movie. But, you know, this era, I mean, you don't have to throw the rock any further than J.J. Abrams to find somebody who's ridiculously influenced by Spielberg. Yeah. I loved 2014's Godzilla, directed by Gareth Edwards. Okay. And one of the reasons I was sitting there, I went to like they had like a premiere a week before. I went to it early, and I remember I called all my buddies on the way that were awake at midnight on the drive home, because I was like, the reason I love that Godzilla movie, it absolutely purposely recalls Close Encounters many times through the movie. Godzilla is at a deliberate pace, and also like Jurassic Park, he takes a while getting you to the lizard, and then the way he moves it and shows you and reveals Godzilla and the threat, and it takes its time. And I know some people are like, oh, it's so slow. I'm like, no, this is a guy who's showing his craft, but he learned it at the table of Steven Spielberg, because Close Encounters is one of his best and I think most undersung or undercelebrated movies, because as the years go by, like you just listed, it gets they pile up. And Close Encounters, and again, you got to realize how young this guy was, but Close Encounters is a scary movie, but really it's about a guy and a relationship we take with this guy as he discovers these weird things that are happening to him, and it leads to a close encounter. Right. But I mean, Matt, those are his early stuff really speaks to me. Yeah. And his most recent one that I love is Minority Report. I think that is a perfect. It has elements that I like of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah. It has, because there's great, like a 20-minute chase scene. And you just go, wow, he's outdoing himself. But what are some of the recent ones that you really dig?
Well, I mean, I think the same for you. The early stuff is the stuff that speaks to me the most. I mean, I think E.T. was the first movie I ever saw in the theater as a kid. I just was like, this is incredible. You know, it just sucks you in. And even movies that he produced, Goonies and Back to the Future, some of my favorite movies. You know, but yeah, I enjoyed Minority Report. Jurassic Park, to me, though, I know it's not super recent. It's not recent at all anymore. In my mind, it is.
It's a big one, and especially to your generation.
Yeah, because we'd never seen anything like that before. And you know, I was listening to Kathleen Kennedy on a podcast recently. She was talking about the making of that movie and how when they started out on it, they had ambitions bigger than what the technology was there for, and so they were actually creating it as they went to make it match up. And I'm just going, that. Of course, because when you watch it, and in 1993, when you watch that, and you in the theater, and you're just like, these dinosaurs came to life. Yes, and absolutely. He took you on this emotional. I enjoyed Jurassic World last year, but it missed to me that Spielberg element of just like, man, like of awe.
Well, again, it was a little bit
wonder.
of a retread.
Yes.
It borrowed a lot from Spielberg's. So not everything of his is stuff that I love, but I want to tell you a story. And people who followed my career, I did a couple deals along the way with Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
And early, when Youngblood #1 came out, which came out in 1992, and it sold 1 million copies, and it kind of put my career, X-Force, and then 6 months later, Youngblood really propelled me. And suddenly, I got into comics, draw comics. I didn't get into comics to do Hollywood stuff.
Right.
But when Steven Spielberg calls, you
answer.
go. Now, I'll tell you. So I went to his Amblin bungalows, and Matt, they're amazing. It's still like, I close my eyes, and it's like better than an amusement park. Because you go, I just passed 6 original Norman Rockwell paintings. Now, they're all behind a foot of glass, but all those famous Norman Rockwell paintings that you've seen, you go,
he's got 'em.
Stephen has these. But then they put me in this large room, and they said, Stephen, we'll be with you in a few minutes. And giant room, giant table, empty, and I'm sitting there. It's like 11:30 in the morning. And Matt, I sat at the table, and I go, no, I don't want to be here. And then I shifted a couple more seats, and I go, no, I don't want to be here. I don't want to face him. That's weird. But then there was this apparatus, like it looked mechanical, and it had a blanket over it.
Okay.
And I'm in there 10 minutes, and I'm curious. So I go in there, and I honestly, God bless America, this is the way it was supposed to go down. So I get up over the table, and I go, and I get down on my knees, and I lift the blanket, because I want to see what's being hidden from me. And it's like this TV monitor and a camera, and the door opens, and Steven goes, well, hello, and I go, oh, hi, hi, Mr. Spielberg. And Matt, to this day, I'm like, that is how I was supposed to meet him, like trying to sneak a look at his stuff. And Matt, I'm gonna tell you, I've never, my heart raced, and I was never, but he is a beautiful man.
Yep.
He is, of all that I've met and done deals with some of the biggest names in the business, especially at the time, Will Smith, Tom Cruise, some episode we'll talk about Billy Idol, whack. But now I had also met the guy who directed Die Hard 2, Rennie Harlan, and I loved him, and he was an ass. And I'm like, you've directed one-hit movie. Why are you an ass? Like, he was Swedish. Oh, I didn't really want to take this meeting with you. Oh, okay. Well, thanks. I don't want to take this meeting with you. But anyway, with Spielberg, I'm meeting the god of cinema.
Right.
And he's like, hi, how are you? Great to meet. And I'm like, and I tell everybody, within 5 minutes, he's your favorite uncle that you never knew you had.
Yeah.
And what he told me, what that apparatus was, this goes to Jurassic Park. He's like, well, I did Jurassic Park, and then I filmed Schindler's List. Yeah. And this is how I communicated back here on the day-to-day operations. That's the satellite camera, and this is where this is the meeting. And I'm like, awesome. I'd be like, how awesome? Like, okay, everyone gather around. Spielberg's beaming in. Hello, everyone. I'm here from the Oscar Schindler. And we're going to talk about the meeting today. But anyway, Spielberg, really wonderful, wonderful man who I think is still at the peak of his skills. He's just making stuff that he likes. And when people, to make up for my hook, is this the camera I look into? Yeah. I paid and saw The Terminal. I went and saw The Terminal.
I saw
Steven Spielberg in the theater?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, and you're like, okay, he wanted to make a goofy kind of political comedy with Tom Hanks talking in a very hard to understand language. Yeah. And so you go, you know what? He chose. It's like he did that sci-fi trilogy, right? Well, what is it? It's
AI, Minority Report. AI, which I think is super underrated.
It is fantastic film.
It's so fascinating. And the story behind it, of course, was Kubrick was going to make the movie, and then he died, so Spielberg kind of took it over, which is such an interesting, just the two of them, two very different kind of auteurs.
Absolutely.
But, it's very long, but I think it's one of those movies that kind of grows on you.
It's beautiful. It's again,
beautifully
visually
shot.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I felt like there was a period where every time you'd go see a movie, he was revealing another aspect of his vision to you. And Minority Report is like a futuristic, like you're like, all that's left is for the USA Today to shift headlines while you're holding it. And I'm sure they're going to do that next year. Oh, yeah. Because iPhones and all this stuff, and when you walk into the Gap and they scan your eyes and say, hi, Mr. Barnes. Yeah, welcome back. Would you like, you're like, he envisioned that. Spielberg movies always come with great ideas, and then the great execution. And again, he just has such an arsenal of skills. But anyway, we just wanted to come in praise of him and celebrate him because he has, defined so much of our
Yeah.
I mean, I was crying at Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Just crying.
Absolutely.
Like
And
bawling in the
Schindler's
theater.
List,
I'm like,
I mean,
I didn't fight in World War II. But I mean, this is horrible. I'm feeling it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
no, and I agree. I think, when we were talking about this earlier, I think, some directors, they do kind of the one for me, one for you kind of thing. And he did so many for us. I think.
I agree. That's a great point.
And now it seems like maybe he's doing a few that he's like, I just want to do these movies, whether it's, BFG and Tintin and some of these other ones where they're not for me, but he's so high profile.
I saw The Terminal.
When he does one for him, it's not like he can do it hidden. You know what I mean?
Get out of jail free card. I saw The Terminal. I didn't see the BFG. I saw The Terminal.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But no, Matt, you're absolutely 100%. And we should actually note that he's going back to science fiction.
He is.
With Ready Player One. And here's the thing. I'll tell you, the great thing. Yeah.
There's an excitement for Ready Player One.
Okay.
It's good.
Great best-selling novel. He's going to ace that.
Yeah.
T.J. Miller, who was in Deadpool, is also.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was actually texting TJ, name dropping, and he was talking about it, and he's like, dude, as soon as I wrap Ready Player One, we got to get together on this idea. So I'm like, because when it was announced, I'm like, oh, that's killer, because I knew he was on it before they announced it.
Sure.
So that's all. I'm sure TJ was somewhere in the room wondering where he was going to sit when he met. Because God is coming to meet me. God of cinema is going to open that door, and how am I going to receive him? Because he's awesome. So, and one time I went to his house, and they had elephants because they were getting ready for a birthday party. Next episode, we'll do more. Rob's Hollywood Tales.
That's fantastic.
So, yeah.
We should do that.
But Ready Player One's going to be huge. And here's one thing. All you trades that are trashing on Spielberg, he doesn't care. He's not, today he's not going, oh, my movie didn't do great. What am I going to do? Woe is me. He's like, yeah, let's set up that shot. Let's get rolling. Let's blow people away with Ready Player One. I mean, that's the thing about art. Not every song, not every painting, not everything is going to click with the masses, but it doesn't take away from his genius, and we agree he's a genius. So Spielberg, we love him. We're looking forward to Ready Player One.
Yes.
And, maybe by next week I'll see BFG and we'll talk about that.
All right, and now we are on to Rob's comic recommendations for this week. What do you got for us?
Rob's Comic Corner. Yeah, no, check this out. Huge week. I
see that. You got quite a pile there.
I put everything up here. Again, thank you to Big Red's Comics for getting us these for the show in advance. I want to start this week with Walking Dead 156. Reason being, it is an all Negan issue. Now, I'm going to tell you, the comics run about 5 years. As the people who read the comics, aware that there's a lot who only watch the show, but there are some, obviously the Walking Dead comics, the best-selling comic, but it runs about 5 years ahead of the show.
Okay.
Negan's arrival was transformative for the comic book.
Right.
And it is proving to be transformative for the show, as the cliffhanger showed, and one of the highest rated episodes. And I know that the anticipation for Negan's arrival is off the hook for the fall. I think it's going to be one of the highest rated episodes. And Negan gets his entire episode. He's been a featured player in the comic, but he was truly, I feel like it's when Robert Kirkman found his voice on the book, and it has never been better. And he is one of the great villains in comics, like Dr. Doom for the Fantastic Four. I mean, he is, and this issue, they've been telling people, is a huge, got a big cliffhanger, a big shakeup.
Yeah.
And Matt, I got it, sat in the car, first comic I read, worth running out and getting. This is going to go fast. I just want it in people's hands. Hopefully retailers ordered a lot. This is a huge pivot issue. Things change. And if you love Negan, and I think it's just going to, Robert is doing all the right stuff. There's Negan is on a bunch of other comic books that Robert publishes. Okay. Like how you said Deadpool was on all the different Apple.
On iTunes,
when he was released.
That's awesome.
Negan is running through other Skybound comics in anticipation of him. Okay. And they're going to have a bat on sale at Comic-Con that we have to get that has barbed wire. So
I want that.
Lucille. And honestly, this is weird. DC is doing.
Did you bring the Flintstones?
Dude, DC is like they made Scooby-Doo into like a hard action movie. They've made like wacky races into Mad Max, and now the Flintstones is like real. Now I know like we've had a movie of the Flintstones, but like somebody said more Mad Men than Mad Max, and I was like, I'll buy it. And honestly, Matt,
is it good?
It's really good.
Really?
It's really weird. It's an adult version. I mean, look at Fred Flintstone. He's got like a onesie on. I mean,
he does.
It's very strange, but I think it's worth a look. It's creepy. It's a creepy comic.
Okay.
Deadpool and Gambit, because it wouldn't be a week in comics if Deadpool didn't have a comic book out.
Sure.
Marvel, make sure that the fan base is serviced often.
Gotta have
so
something.
Deadpool Gambit.
Nice.
And it's really, really fun comic. A lot of great action, great laughs. Han Solo launched in his first comic ever 1 month ago. They've got the second issue out. It's fantastic. It's one of the top-selling Star Wars comics. You would totally dig this. We have, now, here again, this is part of their cartoon line. Future Quest is Johnny Quest and Herculoids, and honestly, the art by a guy named Evan Shaner. Online, he's called Doc Shaner. He is a brilliant artist. This is a really cool concept, mashing up all of the Hanna-Barbera adventure cartoons that we grew up with. Now, then there's the Rebirth episodes, and here's the Rebirth comics. Aquaman 2 looks really cool. Justice League, I looked at it. I got to tell you, in the new Justice League, this last panel, Brian Hitch, you're awesome. But I'm like, look at that. It looks like they're all actors, from the set of the Justice League.
Lined up.
Because DC wants to capitalize like Marvel has capitalized. And so I think this is going to be the big one of the week. When I was, the retailer had tons of Justice League.
Yeah.
And I said, so is this the big one? He's like, this is the big one. And then sadly, and the reason it's sadly, the second issue of Batman is out, Matt. And I ran. It was my second read. I thought, did we get another airplane landing? Is Batman going to land an airplane? And it doesn't deliver on that level, but it's really good.
Okay.
This new Gotham and Gotham Girl is bizarre, but it's very comic booky. And it's the coming of the Monster Men. And it's very, very, honestly, I read the whole thing. Tom King, I think you're doing great work. Dave Finch is one of my favorite artists. Batman 2 picks up. It's not as over the top and mind-blowing as the first, but it's really good. And again, did I sell my soul? I recommend DC Comics all the time now? What happened? No,
it's quite a turnaround.
And it is. It's crazy. And look, these books are moving. That's good for comic books, comic book stores.
Yeah.
And again, I'm a comic book guy. This is where ideas get taken.
Yeah.
The movies, we don't have movies if we don't have them with the staples on the side.
Right.
Okay? This is where all the cool
I download
ideas.
mine, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you, you don't get a Walking Dead show that 17 million people watch unless Robert is crafting it every month. And with the new Barnes and Nobles that I was in, I was like, oh, so we've given it 6 times the space to graphic novels the last time I was in here. It's clearly growing.
Yeah.
I think the kids who are going to see Avengers, Age of Ultron, or Civil War, or Deadpool, or Batman, Superman, are going to the bookstores, and they're seeking these out, and that's great. This has been a great summer for comics. This week is no different. These are great. Walking Dead is the one. If you buy only one comic, buy The Walking Dead.
Excellent, excellent. All right, and it is now time for Toy of the Week.
Toy of the Week!
All right, it is me this week, and I'm it's not necessarily a proper toy, but it was so appropriate. And,
it's a toy thing.
It's a yeah. Could I get an assistant here to bring me my toy? I'm wired in here, so.
Thank you very much.
So thank you so much. Give him a hand.
Oh, very nice,
Great job.
Matt. I look. Oh my gosh! I just saw the back of it.
It's a TV tray.
It's a TV tray.
It's a TV tray.
So now, E.T.
See. You got
Oh
E.T.
my gosh!
Now this has been up on the shelf for a couple weeks, but this is I found this at my parents' house.
Okay.
When recently, this was mine when I was a kid, and I remember being homesick and my mom bringing me my food and eating it on this in bed.
How sweet.
Right? Oh, Mom.
I'll be right here.
Exactly.
E.T. baby.
So this is actually an original, and
Matt, that's
I
really
can't
nice.
believe
Can I
I was
see it?
shocked when I
Can I
found
see
it at home.
This is rad.
Isn't it cool?
Okay, before next week, I'm bringing my food and I'm eating it off this. I'm eating it off.
I was shocked though. I went on
Dude,
eBay
this is
today.
legit.
It's worth like only $25, which I was shocked. But
still,
sentimental memories.
really nice, Matt. That's awesome.
So not a toy per se, but
very cool.
A collectible.
It's a collectible.
Collectible. That's definitely a sentimental memory. And lastly, today we ended our social media contest from last week with the Deadpool Super Pack.
Yeah.
But we have something this week.
We got a lot of people on that
Yeah, we
one.
had thousands of people.
Thousands.
Go on for that. And I think this one we should outdo.
We're going to break the record.
We're
going to break the record with this one, Matt. This is the biggest.
This is going to be legitimately
This is the
epic.
biggest.
Stacy, my wife Stacy, can you bring us the...
Thank you, the beautiful Stacy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, check this out. This
I
is
love
a
this.
hard to find, even though it's right behind us. But of course, I drew this, and that's why I have these. These Mondo prints are extremely hard to come by. I know myself. I mailed about 200 of them, so I can get this to you in good shape.
Yes.
But these were super. I mean, the people at Mondo said this was one of their best-selling prints. They almost crashed the server. Sold out in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So we have one here for you.
Signed.
You signed by the guy who created Deadpool, me. And I'm telling you right now, you're gonna want this. So go to the website.
Yeah.
And what do they do?
go to the website, get the details at www.nerdypopshow.com, and it'll tell you exactly how you can enter the contest. And you got to get this.
I don't have a staff. I don't have a staff of people. I will hand roll this and put this in the tube myself. Okay, so
fingerprint check it or
that's it. That's it. So, but if it gets lost, I'll blame it on an imaginary staff person.
There you go.
There you go.
Yes, this is very cool, so you want to check that out. And that's from Mondo, which you can
Mondo
check out their
prints?
stuff,
Yep.
mondotees.com. And I you know what was really cool is because I've always loved their stuff. I get a lot of their vinyls, their limited edition things. And one day I went on and I saw your thing.
I know, isn't that
that's
cool?
so cool. And so I was very excited when you donated this one to the set.
Matt, I was happy
But
to
this
do
is
it. I know. I was given a few. And
Yes.
we're making this for this contest.
Excellent.
Making this available.
Excellent. So follow us on social media at Nerdy Pop on our Nerdy Pop Show on Instagram and on Twitter, and you can follow Rob on Instagram at Rob Liefeld.
Rob Liefeld, and on Twitter at Robert Liefeld, because at Rob Liefeld was jacked by a parody account.
It's true.
That's not me.
It's kind of entertaining, but it's not him.
I have way more followers at Robert Liefeld.
I told you that when we first started doing this, my team, that they
Yes,
thought
I know.
that was it, and they were following it for a couple
They're
weeks
like,
going,
wow, he's weird.
"This
I'm
guy's
like,
crazy."
that's not me. You're doing it wrong.
They're like, he's nuts, and I walked over, I'm like, that's not him.
and if the guy that has the Rob Liefeld Twitter account ever finds us, you should be funnier. You should be funnier.
It's almost like random word generator. It's just like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's only so many times you can say, a gun with a sword on it is better. Okay, we got that joke.
You can follow
Run your
me
Mondo print.
at Matthew Barnes on Twitter and on Instagram. And join us next week. We'll be here talking about all things nerdy and poppy.
All nerdy and poppy.
And getting ready to go to Comic-Con. We're pretty excited about that.
We're going to have a guide to survive Comic-Con.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.